Welcome to Heritage Acres Homestead. I'm Chas. Here you'll find our family as we strive to live a life that pleases the Lord. We do the best to make the most out of what we've been given. So we'd like to invite you to come along and join us on our journey.
Hey y'all, I'm Chas and welcome back to Heritage Acres Homestead. We're going to do another side dish this morning for our video, and afterwards I'm going to give you a little tour of my newly painted bedroom and bathroom, and I'm just so tickled with it. I thought y'all might want to see too. So for this recipe, if you don't have any bacon cooked up, it would be a good time to start some bacon in a big skillet. But I already have some bacon, so I'm just going to toss a little bit of bacon grease in the pan and get it melted down. And I'm going to take an onion and we're going to chop that up and get it melting down, or melting. We're going to get it cooking down in that bacon grease. So what we're making this afternoon, I'm making steak with a side of Brussels sprouts, and we've got some leftover mashed potatoes from last night that we're gonna eat with it too. So talk about a wonderful, comforting meal for this evening. I'm very excited. So anyways, about a month ago, I started working on my bathroom. It has been something that I've wanted to do for a while, and I even had some help on it because I had planned on doing something, I just didn't know what. So I have some super creative people in my family and started getting some ideas from them. And we tried some things and they didn't work, but that's okay, because the final worked out so much better than what I even dreamed it was going to be like. It's funny because my daughter, both of my daughters and my niece all said the same thing about it. They said it's very pretty and it's 100% you. And so I was tickled over that, because that's how I feel too. And so my aunt helped, and my mama helped with some decorating things, and my stepdad helped. It was a family affair. And my kids helped. And one thing I've told y'all before, how with me, it's very much a, give the mouse a cookie mentality, because I start one thing and that leads to something else, which leads to something else. But honestly, it's been so needed. I was looking back over pictures, and I've not painted that bathroom or bedroom in over 15 years. And it showed. It was high time something was done. And I was feeling very ready for a bedroom. Like I said, the bathroom turned into the bedroom work too, both of which I wanted done, but it just happened to be that I got it all done within a month's time. And of course, also when I do revamps, I try to spend as little as I have to. There's obviously going to be costs. I had to buy paint for my bathroom, and I ended up having to buy the board for the walls, because I didn't really want to try to refinish all the sheetrock, and there was some real bad places in the sheetrock. So instead of doing that, we put up this board, which is, I think it's called bead board, but I thought it was called wainscoting. Anyways, you'll see. And then And then, you know, I had to get some trim. So other than that, that was pretty much the whole, you know, gist of what I had to spend. It wasn't much, but it gave the room such a different look. So all I'm doing now, y'all, is sweating these onions down. I want to get them, I'm not really going for brown. I'm just going for tender. And cooking them down in this bacon grease is going to bring out a lot of flavor. And, you know, there's this natural sweetness to onions that comes out when you cook them down. So I'm going to add just a sprinkling of salt and pepper to them. And get that going. Now, these are some Brussels sprouts. I think I got these at Sam's. It's 2 pounds. So I'm just going to take those and I just give them a look over. This says they're thoroughly washed. So what I usually do is I chop off the hard stem and I split them in half. Now, if that's still too big for you, you could cut them down even into quarters if they're really big ones. But these are not. These, I think, halves will be plenty small enough because they do get tender when you cook them. So anyway, I'm going to chop these down and talk to you a little bit more. So in my bedroom, you know, we had a family of 6 and a pretty small house. And I am a creative soul. So I had you know, my sewing machine, all my yarn, all the other mini crafts I've done over the years, and things that I wanted to have for the kids to do things with, you know, for homeschool. You know, I wanted to have the equipment for projects, and we had maps, and we had, you know, all sorts of things. And where did it go? It all went in mine and Shannon's room because we did not have the storage space for anywhere else. So, you know, as the kids are now all grown, I really went and gave it a hard look and pared down a lot. So that big storage shelf that was in our room, it's now gone. And I traded it out with my mom for a smaller shelf that was able to fit in my closet. So, you know, some of my flowers that I like to switch out in the house, and some of my little project boxes are in there rather than in my bedroom anymore. And now the only thing besides a bed and end tables that are in there is a chest of drawers, or as we say around here, a chest of drawers, and my sewing table. So it's very, I mean, it's like I wake up every morning just really tickled and surprised over having an actual bedroom and not a storage room. And that's just, I mean, just a big old blessing. Big old blessing. So, anyways, so we're going to keep on cutting these down. And once these onions are sweated down. I'm going to add those to add them with the onions in the skillet. And it's not going to take long because, like I said, I'm not going for caramelized onions. I'm just going, you know, to where they're cooked and tender. And then we'll do the same for these. I'm going to throw a little bit of garlic in there with them. And then once they're all the way ready and nice and tender, which is probably going to take us a good 10 minutes or so, we're going to add some balsamic vinegar, a balsamic vinegar reduction, which I ended up buying a reduction from Costco, I believe is where it was. And oh, it's so delicious. So I'm going to pour some of that over them and toss everything in there. And I'm going to add the bacon back to the skillet. And that will be our side dish for supper. And it'll be so good alongside our steak and mashed potatoes. You know, so I think a lot of people think that they don't like Brussels sprouts. They're tiny baby cabbages, basically. That's how I look at it. I like them. As I said, you know, I'm like the, you start one project and here comes another. At the same time, because some of the stuff I couldn't do. You know, I'm not skilled with woodworking or anything like that, so I don't know how to necessarily cut and hang trim, and I had to have help with those things. And so when they couldn't help me, I was in project mode. So I got Carly on board, and we painted what we call the kids' bathroom. Because there's a small bathroom like down on one end of the house, we call the kids' end of the house, and then there's the larger bathroom on my end of the house, which we call ours. So we painted that because we knew there wasn't going to be a lot of work to that one, just painting it. So we started painting it, and Carly picked out the look that she wanted to go for, and it's very different from mine, very different. She's what I call it kind of moody looking. It's very old world looking brass or antique gold, you know. Light switches and just, I don't know, I'll show you. So that, then there went, you know, I purged my closet, and then I came and did my laundry room, and it just began just one thing after another, which was good because, you know, while it's cold and everything, don't mess with me, Shannon. I knew he was going to aggravate me. Because when it was, you know, not so nice weather, I need to get these things done now, so when it is nice weather, I can be out in the garden. So we've been working on these things for a while. I have some more ideas in mind, but I haven't really started pursuing any of those yet. They may have to wait for another time. All right, you can tell that these are starting to brown and they're getting a little bit tender, but they're still not thoroughly cooked yet. Like there's still some that are, you know, a little bit too tough. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add just a bit of water to the pan. That was maybe a couple of tablespoons. And I'm gonna add a lid and let them steam for maybe 5 minutes. That's not the lid. Okay, I can't find the lid, so I'm just gonna add that one. And we'll just give it a few minutes to steam. All right, they've been steaming for several minutes. So now we're gonna finish these off. Now this, of course, is totally optional, but I love a craisin in with the Brussels sprouts. So maybe what, I don't know, a couple of tablespoons or maybe even 1/4 of a cup of craisins. I'm gonna toss those in there. I'm gonna add those chopped up bacon that we have. We started with about, I guess it's probably about 4 strips maybe. Put all that in there, stir that up. And then now I'm gonna turn off the heat. I'm going to add our glaze. Now you can make your own balsamic reduction glaze, but I did buy this from Costco. It's very delicious. So it's about maybe 2 tablespoons of glaze. Mix it all around, making sure everybody gets some of that glaze. It's, oh gracious, I forgot the garlic. Hang on. About 2 cloves of garlic, chopped. Mix everything together. Not just for Thanksgiving. As I'm finishing the steaks off, I'm going to go ahead and cut this video for the afternoon. I hope that you enjoyed this side dish and the tour of my newly painted bedroom and bathroom. I'm just tickled over it, and I'm excited to have such a pretty space. It's an absolute blessing. So yeah, make some Brussels sprouts and realize they're not just for Thanksgiving. I hope you have a wonderful afternoon and weekend. God bless you, and I hope you come back again soon. Bye-bye.